At the Radio and Electronics School, we recommend a Casio calculator. This is a 570 calculator, but you don't need a 570. They're a little bit more expensive. You can get a 92 Casio 92 MS or a Casio 350 MS, and they're not too expensive. They're around about $30. ResCan supply you with one for $3 or $4 cheaper. Or you can go to somewhere like Officeworks and pick up a calculator like that. So get yourself a Casio calculator, 92 MS or a 350 MS, or if you're not sure if your calculator is suitable for our tutorials, send us an email to admin@res.net.au and ask us. Tell us the make and model of your calculator, and we'll tell you straight away if that's a good one to use with our tutorials. Now we're going to dive straight in a moment and just show you how to enter numbers in engineering notation into the calculator. But we'll just have a little look at the keyboard of a calculator first. The key here is the exponent key. This is a very important key for entering scientific numbers. However, on some calculators it won't be 10 to the x. The key will be called an EXP key, which is exactly the same as 10 to the x. So if your calculator's got an EXP key, that's the one we're referring to there. It's either going to be 10 to the x or the ESP key. The other thing that you need to know when entering scientific numbers, for example, let's say it's the number is 10 to the minus 3. Well, this minus sign is not the subtraction key on the calculator. This minus sign is this minus sign, this minus key here in the brackets. The minus key in the brackets is the minus sign. The other thing that's probably worth showing you now is you'll notice a lot of keys have stuff written above them. One that we'll be using a lot later on in these tutorials is the pi key. See the little symbol pi there? Well, if you want to access the symbol above the key, you have to press the shift key first. So if you pressed shift and then the EXP key, you would get pi. So pi is a thing we use a lot. Rather than enter it as a number, you can get the calculator enter it for you, and to do that you just press shift and you access the pi above the key there. Well, let's get straight into it and demonstrate how you enter numbers into the calculator in engineering notation. Suppose we're going to calculate the amount of current flowing when we know the voltage and resistance. So we're going to be using the equation I equals E over R, current equals voltage divided by resistance. And let's say that the voltage is 150 microvolts and the resistance is 60 milliohms. So we're going to enter these values straight into the calculator and divide them and get the amount of current in amperes. Now 150 microvolts, the exponent for micro is 10 to the minus 6. So we have to somehow tell the calculator that this 150 that we're entering is actually microvolts, and we're going to enter 60 milliohms, and milli is 10 to the minus 3. So we have to tell the calculator somehow that this 60 is not 60 ohms, it's 60 milliohms, and this 150 is not 150 volts, it's 150 microvolts. Okay, let's do this on the calculator. We need to enter 150 microvolts into the calculator, which is 150 exponent minus 6. How do we do that? Press all clear. Good idea to do that in case there's remnants of a previous calculation. Every time press all clear. So we press 1, 5, 0. Now the exponent minus 6. We've now got 150 microvolts in the calculator. We're going to divide by 60 milliohms, so we press divide. Now enter 60 milliohms, 6, 0. 60 milliohms is minus exponent minus 3, so 6, 0, exponent minus 3. So there we have it, 150, 10 to the minus 6, that's 150 microvolts, divided by 60 milliohms, that's 60 by 10 to the minus 3. We didn't have to put those multiply signs in there. The calculator understood what we're doing and put them in there for us. So 150 microvolts was entered. I'll do it all again. We're going to enter 150 microvolts, 1, 5, 0. Exponent, micro is minus 6, divided by 60 milliohms, 6, 0, exponent minus 3. There's our numbers entered, and let's press equals. And the answer is 2.5 by 10 to the minus 3. 10 to the minus 3 is milli. We're calculating current, so the answer is 2.5 milliamps. So 150 microvolts divided by 60 milliohms is 2.5 milliamperes. Might do all of that again because it's worthwhile. So we're going to enter 150 microvolts into the calculator. Now 150 is 150 by 10 to the minus 6, and we're going to divide that by 60 milliohms, which is 60 by 10 to the minus 3. Let's put that into the calculator the way the calculator wants to get it. So 150 microvolts, all clear. 1, 5, 0, exponent minus 6. There's 150 microvolts. Divided by 60 milliohms, 6, 0, exponent minus 3. Press equals to get our answer, and we get the answer, which is current, because we're calculating current here, is 2.5 by 10 to the minus 3. Now 10 to the minus 3 is milli. We have to know that. Calculator won't tell us that that's a milli. We have to know that 10 to the minus 3 is a milli. So the answer to this sum is 2.5 milliamperes. 2.5 milliamperes. Now I'm going to do that all over again, and I'm going to show you a way that I think makes it easier for you to write down problems and then enter them into the calculator. So we're going to do exactly the same problem. We're going to be using the formula I equals E over R, and E is 150 microvolts and R is 60 milliohms. We can write these down, and rather than write them down like this, we can write them down in our equation as they would be entered into the calculator. Now, I would normally just go ahead and do that, but let's just think how that's entered into the calculator for a moment. That's entered into the calculator with 1, 5, 0 exponent, or the 10 to the x key, same thing. So the way we put 150 microvolts into the calculator is 150 exponent minus 6. And that key, the minus key there, is the one in the brackets, not the subtraction key. So that is exactly how we would put it into the calculator. 150 microvolts, we would enter it as 150 exponent minus 6. Now if you get into the habit of writing it down like that, you've only just then got to go to the calculator and put it in. And 60 milliohms is entered into the calculator as 60 exponent minus 3 for milli. So we could say that I equals 150 exponent minus 6 divided by 60 exponent minus 3. So now that you've written it down like that, all you've got to do is put it into the calculator and press equals. Let's do it. Let's do this calculation here, which exactly what we did before, but this time we've written down our key presses before we've gone near the calculator. So let's do all clear, and let's enter the top line the way we wrote it. 150 microvolts is 150 exponent minus 6. 150 exponent minus 6. Have to put divide in because that's a divisor there. So divided by 60 exponent minus 3 is our resistance. 60 exponent minus 3, and then press equals to get our answer. Same answer we got last time, which is handy. Really handy when you get the same answer. 2.5 milliamperes. 10 to the minus 3 is milli, so the answer is 2.5 milliamperes. We're going to do quite a few of these until you hopefully get really used to it.